Today is not just another day. Today is another chance to make your possibilities come true. Fantastic Radio UK, home of possibilities. Passion, creativity, and resilience are the most crucial skills on the entrepreneurial journey. If you've got those, you're ready to embark on the journey. Fantastic Radio UK. Your business, your possibilities.
We wake up this morning with optimism. We wake up this morning with hope. We wake up this morning with joy. We wake up this morning with abundance of confidence, hope, and joy. My name is Kojo, Bonti, Amoako. Her name is Simone. Simone, good morning to you.
Morning. How are you doing? It's Friday already.
I'm very, very well.
It's Friday, and it's Friday the 13th. How do you feel about that?
You are absolutely correct. It's Friday the 13th of August, and your time is 2 minutes past 7.
Mm-hmm. Are you superstitious?
No.
No, it doesn't faze me anymore either. You used to wait for things to happen on a Friday the 13th, and it's another day. It's a normal day. Thank God.
Another day with great possibilities impregnated in it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of joy, a lot of hope, and a sense of gratitude that one has got, that one has to be grateful for. I am wonderfully chuffed, excited this morning as we come this morning and ending the week and sharing stories and information across the community, and also to our discerning listeners across the world, across Britain, and across all the platforms. For those who are watching us, you can watching us on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. And if you want to know more and how to access us, you could go on TuneIn on the app, and you just search Fantastic Radio UK. You find Fantastic Radio UK, and you will find us. You go on iTunes, you download the Fantastic Radio app. You will certainly be able to find us. You go on Google Play. You would find us there. You go on Samsung Smart Television. All you need to do is to find our app, click it in, and you will find us. And for those who have got a Huawei television and want to also listen to us, you can go on the Huawei Smart Television, go to the app gallery or the App Store, click on Fantastic Radio UK. We pop up, you click, and you have Simone anchored on your radio. And lastly, you can go on Roku Television. On Roku Television, for those who've got Roku Television, all you need to do is to click, go on Roku Television, go on where the radio section is, and all you need to do is to find Fantastic Radio UK. Simone Anko will be the voice you'll be hearing. Simone, how are you?
Thank you. I'm good. Not bad. Yeah. Quite relaxed for the weekend ahead now.
I have had a beautiful week. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I've got a few things I've been planning to do over the weekend, and I'm really looking forward to the weekend and doing something different, and going to spend some time with myself and my young man. Yes, my young man, we're just going to go do different things. Different things. We're learning how to.
How old is he now?
Sorry?
How old is he now? Your son?
Oh, he's 13 now. My son is 13 now.
Lovely.
Yeah, 13 now. Mm-hmm. So we're learning how to do different kinds of pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be learning how to do.
Can you cook?
Sorry?
Can you cook?
Simone, you have a way of putting me on the spot.
Well, it should be a hard question, surely. Yes, no?
Simone, I wouldn't say I don't know how to cook. I would say I'm work in progress.
Okay. So you're work in progress
Yes.
and your son's just beginning. I'm just wondering what the outcome is in the kitchen, because between the two of you, you both don't seem to know what you're doing.
It's 5 minutes past 7. Simone Uncle on your radio. Kojo, Bonti, Amoako on your radio. Asking me every question in the kitchen. Simone, I've been taking lessons on cooking.
Okay.
I've been taking lessons on cooking.
Well done.
I wouldn't say I have graduated yet, but I can do different things, right? So when I get in there, I don't get confused. I used to get very confused when a few years ago when I went in, but with time, you sort of master the art, you sort of polish the craft, and you think, okay, right, I would do this, I would do that. So on Saturday, we're spending some time to try different things, sit in the kitchen, and we conversate and talk about different kinds of pizza, what goes into it. Again, there's a booklet we're going to be using to be able to do that effectively. And sorry, are
you using shortcuts or making your own dough?
Listen, Simone, let's get on with it this morning.
Oh, sorry, we're digressing a bit. No.
Let's get music, and as soon as we come back, we'll get into the thick of things. Let's light the fires and let's get the going. Let's do it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Fantastic Radio UK. Your dreams, your possibilities.
Hey Isabella, how you gonna come out and dance with me tonight? The stars look beautiful outside, so beautiful. Tell your mama I said sorry, I didn't bring you home early last time and I was a little tipsy. I know she doesn't miss me.
Come in.
Right.
Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm all right, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay, then pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Why have I got to take my pants off?
Well, because I have to pop my finger up your
what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a feel. Just don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
For more information, visit the Prostate Cancer Charity website. Real men know all about it.
Imetamba sauti zoni na dieri ya kumechacha, karibuni kwenye extravaganza. Benzoli alipofika alifunika, wakaja na madrama, sinema zetu ni telenovela, wakasunda mizinga, hawakujua situko mavela, wakaita polisi, kumbe polisi.
Right, where should we start?
The monkeys.
Okay, we'll start with the monkeys. Then we'll see the elephants. Then the rhinoceros. Then we can see the penguins being fed. Then we'll have some lunch ourselves, but not fish. Then we can see the snakes and the creepy crawlies and the tigers and the lions. Then I'll buy you an ice cream. Then you wind me up. Then I'll lose it, and then I'll hate you. Then we'll see the camels and go home.
If you thought about it first, would you ever hit your children? Hit means lost it. For advice and information, call the NSPCC on 0808 800 5000.
The money, you never see it coming. Cash my diamond. See me a romantic, me a one-man chick. Put it on me like a one-time thing. Nauza pesa misitaki. Eti mimi dada wako pati. Nasikia nina wingi mashuga daddy. Sipigi kazi niye rabi. Nauza pesa misitaki. Eti mimi dada wako pati. Nasikia nina wingi mashuga daddy.
Hello? You to me are everything, the sweetest song that I could sing. Oh baby, oh baby. Wait.
A mobile top-up card and 2 helium balloons, £17.
Who picks you up each time you're down? Oh baby, wait.
Making your girlfriend laugh,
Right.
however far away she is. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, accepted for all kinds of tricks and treats.
Yeah.
Diredi ogondeza ni pomoya. Diredi ogondeza ni pomoya. Diredi ogondeza ni pomoya. Diredi ogondeza ni pomoya.
Your logic will get you from A to B. However, your imagination will take you everywhere. This is Britain's Fantastic Radio UK. Your dreams, your possibilities.
Very good morning to you. Very, very good morning. 11 minutes past 7. What I like about that particular track comes by a lady from South Africa called Simpiwe Dana, and she calls this one D. What it really means, I'm going to find out from a South African friend of mine who has promised to come on the show and explain to me what that song and other South African Zulu songs, what it really means. So one of these days, he's promised he's going to come through, that he will explain and share with us. We'll try as much as possible to share music across the world. So we have music from Kenya, from Ghana, from Guyana, from Uganda to Utopia, and all the other parts of the world with unique, expressive music that we can all learn and enjoy. So I would suggest that you keep listening. We will try as much as possible to give you what I call eclectic collections of music, diverse, as we promised to do. I have a quote.
Oh yeah. By?
Sorry?
Who's it by?
I'm going to be telling you very soon.
Good. Oh, sorry, I'm impatient. Go for it.
And I'm going to tell you very, very soon. Right. And I want to keep you in suspense. And the suspense I'm keeping you is for one reason. And the reason of me keeping you in suspense is that a dear friend of mine who loves this speaker shared it with me. And lo and behold, I come into the programming sheet. And guess what I see? I see it being represented. It says this: leap and grow your wings on the way down. Put all your bet on you and on your abilities. Achieve your goals. Throw caution to the wind. If you have a catastrophic setback, know that you have the power to overcome it. If you lose a job, your will find you another or create one. If you make some mistakes, learn from them and come back again. The author said, this is the time to use your talents, skills, resourcefulness to make a fundamental change and take your life to the next level. Remind yourself every day that you are in it to win it. You are your best valuable asset. You have greatness within you.
Oh.
I know
please,
you know who this person
I
is.
know who it is, but also, even if I hadn't heard it for a while, that last statement, "You have greatness within you," that's one of his key phrases, and he's brilliant. The great Les Brown, brilliant. Yeah, and it talks a lot about perseverance, doesn't it? You know, so setbacks are not failure, and setbacks are not the end of the story. It's just part of it, and it's probably part of the building blocks of the journey. So, yeah, perseverance, keep going. Yeah, like that.
You're listening, and you are wondering, what is it that would keep you getting back to the race if you've suffered any kind of challenge? Our word to you this morning is to find the strength within and go for it again. If you have come through some kind of a challenge and you're wondering whether it's worth it, please do not throw the towel in. These times have been quite challenging for a lot of us, a lot of people. And we try as much as possible when we come here in the mornings to be that listening ear, be that voice crying out in the wilderness, saying that come through, you can't do it. And we're here to cheer you up. We're here to cheer you on in fulfilling your dreams, your hopes, and your possibilities. My name is Kojo, Bonti, Amoako, and we'll be sharing with you a few things that we've gathered for you this morning. But most of all, want to say thank you for choosing Britain's home of possibilities. Welcome. And let's get the music going. After that, we'll share with you the community and some content that we've shared over the week. Oh, and the music that we prepared for you this morning. My name again is Kojo, Bonti, Amoako, and Simone, our lady on the mic. Let's do it.
Patience, persistence, and perspiration makes an unbeatable combination for success. We are so glad to have you listening. Fantastic Radio UK, your memories, your possibilities.
Come in.
Right.
Ah, Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm all right, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay, then pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Well,
And,
I've got to take my pants off.
Well, because I have to pop my finger up your
what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a feel. Just don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
For more information, visit the Prostate Cancer Charity website. Real men know all about it.
You will see me as the world's greatest living artist. My creativity will leave you speechless with admiration. You will be delighted to clean my brushes because you know every sketch, every painting will be a priceless masterpiece. My work will adorn every wall. Your home will become a shrine to my genius. Because I am your toddler, and these are my rights.
To further develop your toddler's talents, check out Mothercare's latest range of arts and crafts and educational toys. Mothercare, for that magical, messy process called parenting.
I see them coming after my soul, wanting to take control. Wanna give me laughs, wanna give me bling, wanna give me all the material things. I hear them talking about what the world has to offer. Girl, what you doing? Don't you see what they have done to Bedouin and Marcus, Jesus and all of the prophets? But
My name is Tony Anthony John. I've had throat cancer. They've come in and removed my voice box. This was caused by smoking. Don't smoke. Do not smoke.
Anthony Hicks also found it difficult to listen when people warned him to stop smoking. Sadly, he died of throat cancer last year. For help giving up smoking and details of your local NHS Stop Smoking service, call 0800 169 0169.
Every man got the right to decide his own destiny. And in this judgment there is no partiality. So arm in arms with arms, we'll fight this little struggle. 'Cause that's the
Don't worry about being successful, but work toward being significant, and the success will naturally follow. Thank you for choosing Britain's Fantastic Radio UK. Your music, your possibilities.
You much very much welcome. 21 past 7. 21 past 7. Checking with
Already.
What did he say?
Already. 21 minutes past. We just
21,
started.
that's it.
We're just warming
21
up.
minutes past 7. That's it. It's a Friday morning, and it's on the 13th of August 2021. And we want to also share with our listeners few upcoming events that are coming through in London. We will really suggest you support this work. A gentleman doing a brilliant work who will be coming through on the 27th, who we want to talk about and share his story and how he's come through working effectively, supporting a very, very wealthy cause. If you've noticed, since we started, there's a particular campaign that we tend to share a lot. We tend to focus on, and we tend to air the commercial quite a lot, and that's the testicular cancer campaign that we tend to speak about and share and introduce people to it. And testicular cancer. Go on, you want to say something, please?
No, that's absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right. We've been actually running that advert for some time throughout most of the calendars that we've been, the schedules that we've had since May, and very much a much needed part of the discussion is for people to get together and speak about it and of course take action for themselves. It'd be great to actually hear more from Errol McKellar we have at the end of the month, and we'll be speaking to him about not only his journey in becoming the face of the brand, but it's also, he is a active ambassador for the prostate cancer campaign. And he'll be telling us much more about what's in the pipeline in the future and what's taking place in the near future as well, in terms of actually getting that message out there.
Mr. McCullen, I've been on the website, and I've been on his website. It is not the website. The website is the Errol McCullough. So it's my fault. I gave Mr. Hamidi the wrong one. Thank you very much.
That's it. The foundation.
This is the correct website. So it's the Errol McCullough Foundation. The Errol McCullough Foundation, and Mr. McCullough and the team is building a campaign. I'm currently on the 22nd of August. 22nd
That's
of
right.
August. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. So for those that don't know him, we'll just quickly touch upon his story. Errol McCullough is a prostate cancer survivor. His journey with prostate cancer started back in 2010.
Yes.
He became an ambassador for Prostate Cancer UK, along with Linford Christie, David Hay, Donny John Jules, Viv Anderson, Benjamin Zephaniah, fronting many campaigns throughout the years. So you would have seen quite a few sort of key faces behind those strong, campaigners for this. And it's encouraging Black men to get a PSA test. So Errol has since received an MBE for all of his charitable works and his efforts with promoting awareness. And he's now also the founder of the Errol McKellar Foundation, which is what appears on our eyeline there.
Beautiful work.
But on the 22nd, yeah, you rightly mentioned, they've been running monthly walk and talks since July. And the next one's coming up on the 22nd of August. So we're trying to give you a bit more notice to get your walking shoes out or whatever, you like, but it'll be in Brockwell Park near the Lido entrance on Dulwich Road. And that's Southeast 240PA. That's the postcode, Southeast 240PA. That is on Sunday, the 22nd of August at 10 till 2 p.m. And it'll be a sponsored walk. Also, you can attend free, but if you have some spare cash to donate towards the cause as well, then they'll be very happy to accept that on behalf of the foundation and building that kind of awareness as well into more communities. So registration starts at 10 a.m. till 10:45. Try and get there a bit early as you can. And the walk starts promptly at 11 a.m. That is for Sunday, the 22nd of August. And that's in Brockwell Park. So for those that want to join Errol and team for the next monthly walk and talk in support of prostate cancer awareness, then please go over and meet the key people involved and see where you might be able to lend more help to your own community too.
That's right. I'm looking forward to that. On 27th, Mr. McCullough is going to be joining us, and we're going to have a whole hour in asking and finding out what testicular cancer is all about. What causes that? What is the process? What is it that causes people not to go in and check? I have a whole story around it. Dear friend of mine went through a terrible experience with it, but I shared with you on the 27th, and it's a very, very, very touchy issue. A very, very touching issue. And I'm looking forward, we meeting Mr. McCullough, and he's sharing with us what one needs to do, where we need to go, what are the places that we can go and get this thing checked. I know very well that if you check it early and you go get it checked very early, you are safe. If you leave it till the end, then again, you're going to have issues, and it's not a very pleasing place to be. It's not a very pleasing place to be. So I would suggest black men to go and ask for help. Asking for help. I remember we were sharing the other time. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. Asking for help doesn't make you a weakling. It doesn't diminish your masculinity or in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of black men die with this challenge. A lot of black men die with it. So what Mr. McCullough is doing is a fantastic work. And I will forever be grateful. I will forever be grateful, and we want to champion this cause. And for those who want to know more about the prostate cancer and the work that Mr. McCullough is doing, the website is on the website. The website is on our screen. It's www.theerrol, as in ERROL, McCullough is McKellar foundation.com. So you go to www.theerrol.McCullough.foundation.com, and every information is on there. I've been there, check the website out, and it's self-explanatory. You can see what's there. You can see what he's doing. You can watch some of his videos. I went on YouTube to watch his videos. And I just like it. Whoever selected him knows his job. Whoever chose Mr. McCullough.
It almost seems like a calling, of course. When you hear more of his story, it almost feels like a calling for him. I imagine, because of course he wouldn't possibly have never anticipated this journey, but thankfully, through that adversity of his own experience, he's been able to turn that around, come through the other side, and thankfully shared his message, been brave enough to share his message, and been on that mantra ever since. So for those that are interested in the event on the 22nd of August in Brockwell Park, the Walk and Talk event in support of the Errol McKellar Foundation and prostate cancer awareness, go onto Eventbrite you will find registration. It's free, but you can find registration tickets there. And also for those that would like to donate, then there'll be an option to donate through the Eventbrite portal. So if you're pretty pleased, if you'd like to actually just register your interest, I think they just like to gauge numbers really of who's attending. So even if you're attending for free, still register. And for those that like to donate, all the better. Please go onto Eventbrite and look up the Walk and Talk prostate cancer event. And that's taking place on the 22nd of August at 10 till 12.
Beautiful. And also on his website, you can donate if you want to, contribute to that worthy cause. You go to his website and you can donate. There's a PayPal thing there. This morning I saw it. You can always donate, add to it, and support it. Sometimes it might not be you. It might be a friend. In my case, it wasn't me. It was a dear friend of mine, and he just got it in time. He just got it in time. Wonderful. And it would have been a fatal scenario. It wouldn't have been good. And I would suggest we check him out, go to the website. And before Mr. McKellar joins us, even on the 27th, please check your prostate. Check your, check your testicles. Check your testicles. If you feel a certain way, the same way women have to check their breast and be feeling it and making it, check it and see whether there's anything in there. Please, men, let's check our testicles. If you go past 40, your body's changed. There's a lot of things going through your system, and there's no shame in talking about it. There's no shame in investigating yourself, right? And perusing around yourself and see, listen, what is happening on the two gentlemen downstairs, and see how you can get over it. Listen, I bet Simone laugh.
You're making me blush, if anything, but okay.
Let's get music, and when we come back, we'll talk about things about the community and how best we can also support the community, about community mentoring, and what community mentoring is all about. Once again, you are fantastic mornings. My name is Kojo, Bonti, Amoako. Her name is Simone. We're taking it slow and very, 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 very community bending down, and we're content today. So let's do music, and as soon as we come back, we'll get into the nitty-gritties of it. Thank you very much, and ladies and gentlemen, we are glad to have you.
You can reach Simone Ankle via Simone at fantasticradio.co.uk and connect with her on Twitter at Ankle Simone.
Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm all right, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay, then pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Why have I got to take my pants off?
Well, because I have to pop my finger up your to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man. So the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a feel.
Just
don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate. Don't worry about him. He's just watching me at work.
For more information, visit the Prostate Cancer Charity website. Real men know all about it.
Right, where should we start?
The monkeys.
Okay, we'll start with the monkeys. Then we'll see the elephants. Then the rhinoceros. Then we can see the penguins being fed. Then we'll have some lunch ourselves, but not fish. Then we can see the snakes and the creepy crawlies and the tigers and the lions. Then I'll buy you an ice cream. Then you wind me up. Then I'll lose it, and then I'll hate you. Then we'll see the camels and go home.
If you thought about it first, would you ever hit your children? Hit means lost it. For advice and information, call the NSPCC on 0808 800 5000.
Six abo Odo be fani hu no kwejima Nusi abo Odo be jami wa kwejima Anopa six abo Mido obe jami wa kwejima Obe mi bye 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 Nama die 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 Vroom Oko Wetunika ko.
Connect with Kojo on Twitter at Bonti Amoako or on email bonti@fantasticradio.co.uk.
You connect with me at Bonti Amoako at fantasticradio.co.uk. The latest song that you heard comes from a gentleman from Ghana called Kojo Entry. Kojo Entry. He calls 6 o'clock. He calls it 6 o'clock has just rung, and let's go and have fun. And the other one you heard was amazing piece of music coming from the continent. Simone, what do we have this morning? And you got something for us on the community mentoring and few things to do with what goes into community mentoring.
Yeah, it's something I think, to highlight really and commend people that have continued this, especially during the last few lockdowns. It's just a strong reminder about community and about how people can come together still, despite the sort of distancing and all the other things that were put in place. So those kind of strongholds didn't necessarily deter us from communicating, and communities eventually formed and grew online, as was quite needed, and it was a good way to interact, garner support, and to create a true sense of togetherness, really.
Yes.
Pupils, likewise, pupils, students, those that have come through this week's exam results, they've done a fantastic job of weathering this storm as well in the last 18 months. And this year actually in 2021, saw a record number of top GCSE grades awarded to pupils in England. So basically there is the proportion of results of gaining a 4 or a higher or equivalent to C or above has little change between this year and last year. However, it is also the highest pass rate since GCSEs were recorded or were reformed. So huge congratulations to all of those that are in this journey. That have, for those that have actually got through for the next stage, then wonderful. We really applaud your efforts. And for those that might need to sort of reevaluate based on some of their scores, doesn't mean it's the end of the road. As we said in that original quote with Les Brown, a 4 doesn't mean it's over. It's not a failure. It's probably a new start or a slight detour, but you'll still get there. So we just sort of ask you to persevere. And, we really wish you well. So congratulations from Fantastic Radio UK for those pursuing that.
Simone, before you chip in with that, I love the word you use, reevaluate.
Yeah,
I love that word.
I think we all have to do that at stages, the same for adults alike, really.
That's correct.
You have to reevaluate. And these... in the whole pandemic and everything else, it's turned a lot of things on its head and sideways. And we've also had to evaluate and say, well, what's important here? What do we want to reprioritize? What can we let go of? And it's about putting ourselves first and loving ourselves first. And it's the whole well-being kind of, mantra of, self-care, self-care would mean that there's some things you let go and other things you continue and grow and all of those things. So you think, well, I think it's one of the best places to be in. congrats to those that are just starting out, and congrats to those that have started new businesses. You know, so this is all, you know, this is like, you know, for students and adults alike, really. You know, we've all coming full circle, we hope, and hopefully we'll see the end in sight. But this also just sort of speaks about community mentoring. You mentioned briefly in the last program that you've actually were mentoring about 2 or 3 young men through the process of studies, which is wonderful. And I just wanted to touch on community mentoring, because a lot of us will possibly have witnessed, especially in the last few years, that, you know, community centres or youth centres being closed down. So the facility is no longer there, but there's very skilled people and adults that have got great skills that would like to be able to connect with young people still and help them through their growing process, really. And to let you know that there are still community mentoring programs out there. There's, you know, you'll find them on a search on the internet, but basically, I just want to highlight really the benefits of community mentoring for those that are thinking about it or on the ledge about it. But you know, to promote, the whole point of the community mentoring and all the benefits of it is to promote social cohesion by connecting young people with a diverse range of passionate volunteers from the community. And this can be a formal or informal basis. You know, you can join an organisation, or if it's, you know, somebody's friend's child, whatever, and you've got a particular skill or experience that you'd be able to share with them, then all the better. So that's more of an informal basis, but I think, you know, all very beneficial. And by sharing, inspiring and empowering the next generation, we can positively empower the community mentors to engage and unlock the full potential of young mentees. So really, it's something to consider. I would say for those that want to get into something like this as an adult in order to train mentees, I'd ask yourself as a mentor, do you really understand your mentees' aspirations and the skills needed to help them develop in that direction? Because there's no point in sort of saying, oh, I did it this way, because of course markets and environments change. So you can sort of course, share your experience, but really we'd have to be also quite clued up on what the new processes are for in these modern times for that student or mentee, because things can evolve. And the way we might have approached things might not be exactly the same blueprint this person you're mentoring will take. But of course, you know, it's just having that awareness, really, trying to listen more. It's not about the frequency of the conversations. It's really about the quality of what's said and what's shared and imparted, and helping them with the development journey. So I think, you know, yeah, from your experience, I'd love to hear a bit more. And also, if you could sort of tell us about the 4 C's, because there's different types of mentoring, isn't there?
There are different types of mentoring. But thank you for sharing that. My understanding into mentoring is being there. My interpretation to mentoring is giving the other person the ear to listen, because you know, because I come to the table realizing and recognizing that everybody has got their own possibilities within. Everybody's got their own possibilities within. So that's what I come to the table with. I don't come to the table thinking somebody's weak, somebody's a child, somebody's a man, somebody's a woman. I don't come to the table like that, because from there I can engage. Right? I don't come to the table thinking, you know, somebody's short, somebody's too tall, somebody's white, somebody's black. No, you know, I come to the table knowing that I have value to art, and that is what I'm bringing to the table, regardless of your sexual orientation, your religious values. Those things mean nothing to me. And when I say it doesn't mean nothing to me, it is not in a derogative way or looking down on it. But what I'm saying is that what I'm there to do, or what
it's not the objective, is it?
Is to add value, right? A person's sexual preference or sexual orientation or religious and all those stuff because personally things like that, I don't process life through those lenses. You follow what I'm saying? So I come to the table with a very I come with a canvas, you know, sort of a clear canvas. Let's do our own painting. And what I do also, as you know, as you rightly asked, what I do, I spend time with the person, just listen to the people talk. You know, because whilst they talk, you can very much understand their thinking, where they are coming from, where their concerns are, where their fears are, and what they really, there's a statement that I heard from one of the coaching trainings that I went. One of the lecturers said, within us, we all know the solution. All we need is somebody to throw a searchlight on.
Yeah.
All right. Within us, we know the answers, but all we need to do as mentors and as coaches and as grown-ups or as people who have some level of influence or some understanding is to unearth their search. Okay. So what we do is we ask them questions. We ask them beautiful questions, and we ask them, what is it that you want to talk to me about? Because sometimes you think they want to talk to you about education, but what they want to talk to you about is how their mother spoke to them. You might be thinking they want to talk to you about how their mother spoke to them. What they really want to talk to you about is how they are struggling with English. You might be thinking what they really want to talk to you about is English, as in their subject, the subject at school. But what they really want to tell you is how they really, really, really want to pursue a career in dancing. You see, so it's about listening to the person, having that ability to listen, because listening is also a skill.
Absolutely.
As much as talking and oratory skills is developed, listening is also a skill that one has to develop. Being able to pause, take a back seat, and be able to listen to the other person talk, particularly in a mentoring scenario where the other person is coming to you with this open heart and ready to learn from you. One of the greatest gifts that a mentor can give to a mentee in that scenario is to be a listener and let them talk and be able to listen to where they are and pick it up from where they are and get them to where they want to get to, and not be instructive. Because
I suppose, sometimes, especially a young person might feel a bit invisible. So by you taking a keen interest in hearing what they have to say, it feels like they're getting a little bit of recognition as a person. They become they're vulnerable themselves, of course, by sharing with you and trusting you. But at the same time, there's this part where I think, they would actually feel the added value in being visible, somebody being seeing them and get really learning about them as a person or wanting to know. And that helps them really, hopefully, in their formative years of making choices through life, not just education, but through anything. I've spoken to adults where they sort of said, there was like an informal kind of connection with somebody's parent, really, in terms of, that person gave me some great advice when I was really young. And they remember that, and it somehow held them in good stead into adult life. And I think sometimes it starts off with those conversations about sometimes the shared interest, which is completely a sideline or aside from, what you might have actually meant up for. They meant up to maybe direct them with education, but beyond that, you want to get to know the young person too and help them find themselves as well in that sense. So
you are absolutely
the whole thing of mentoring or coaching or however people want to place this is, of course, spend more time with them if you can. But it really is about the quality of those conversations.
You are right. You are right. I can recall several people who have contributed immensely. I talk of my grandfather. I talk of my father. I talk of my mother's brothers. I talk of my father's brothers. I talk of teachers that played a major role. I talk of seniors in school who, some of them weren't good influences anyway. But because when I was in secondary school, I had two different types of mentors. I had seniors who introduced me to some other things that I can't be talking on the radio. But I also,
wow.
seniors,
We'll have to do that conversation off air.
Yeah, we can have that conversation off air. 49 past.
Oh wow, I'm intrigued.
Yes, I have seniors who were role models, who some of the things they really introduced me to can be discussed on radio. It can be discussed, privately. But I had seniors who also mentored me and spoke to me and, introduced me to a side of myself that I wasn't very aware. But growing up, I also had, people who were very, very interested. My mother was one. My mother was very, very interested in what I'm doing now. My mother, I remember, would say to me, if you do what you're doing well, you can be a broadcaster. And I'm thinking, now, what's that? You talk on radio and all the rest of it. So mentoring is not limited to just somebody outside. Parents plays a major part, and it's
absolutely
who's got a parent. And you're talking of the 4 C's. Do we really understand your mentee? Do you really understand your mentee's aspirations, as you rightly said, and the skills needed to help the mentee to develop and what direction they would take? Mentoring can work on formal and informal basis. There are 4 types of mentors, and they're known as the 4 C's, as Simone said. There's the coach. Growing up, your parents will be your first coach or your first coaches. Parents and guardians can provide continual coaching. Stay on top of your child's development and give them feedback. This relationship is the most dedicated of the 4 types of mentoring when treated as a daily part of the life of a child and interaction. Simone, the second one is being the connector. They give targeted feedback in their areas of expertise. Alternatively, they connect mentees with others on the team or elsewhere in an organization who are better suited to the task. They spend more time with them and let them develop the skills that they do have. So the first one has to be, or is the coach, where you are there with them, listening to them, developing their minds, encouraging them, giving them the support. And the connector is the one who will connect them and give them feedback and put them through to other people who might be, more suited to do the mentoring. The third one is the cheerleader. The cheerleader takes the hands-off approach, delivering positive feedback and putting mentees in charge of their own development. They stay available and are supportive, but they aren't as proactive as the other types of mentors when it comes to developing a young person's skills. And the fourth one is the challenger. The challenger and the teacher coaches on the basis of their own knowledge and experience, providing advice-oriented feedback and personally directing development over a set of period. I like all of it.
Which one would you identify with more, or are you pretty much all of those things, aren't you? I imagine.
Yeah, to my mentees, I was more of a coach. I was more of a coach because one of them I had to be a father. I had to be a father to him because I remember when I signed up to it, the mother specifically told me, I need you to be a father to my son. Right? That's what the mother said to me. I need you to be a father figure in his life. And so play that paternal role and be there, and I need you to do that. And for all these years, he would call me sometimes in the morning and he would just start talking, and we'll talk about nothing. We'll just talk, because the development of the boy child is very different to the girl child, right? So I have never I haven't mentored a young girl, and I've mentored a young girl at work, but I haven't really been in touch with a young woman, so I don't really know how that works. But with with the mentoring that I did with this particular young man who's just going to university, it was a daily thing. So he would call me during the day and he goes, Mr. Bonti, what do you think about this? Or he call me something, you go, Kojo. I go, listen, what did you just say? He said, sorry, Mr. Bonti. He'll call me something. He goes, I go, listen. How did you call me? He goes, Mr. Bonti. So he would ask me questions. He would ask me questions about what I think about the coronavirus. He would ask me questions about, he's not too sure what's happening. He's what, 16, 17, and he's asking me about girls, about women, and a young lady he's seen in school that he really fancies. What should he say? And what are some of the things, all those little things that To some young men whose parents or whose father is present, it comes easy. He didn't have it, and he felt that I was the best person to discuss it with. And I don't come to the table with this. I'm the older person, and I've got grace. I've got all the answers. No, ask me the questions, and the ones that I can do, I can answer. I can answer. To the other person, I was more of a cheerleader for him. His parents were available. His father felt that he needed another voice, right? So his father was present, and the father was doing brilliant work. Mr. Adams doing brilliant work. He said, "Listen, Kojo, do you mind coming in and being that voice?" Because the young man wanted to talk about, about media, advertising, wearing of suits, all those good stuff. So we will talk about it and we will share. And I was more of a cheerleader to him. To my son, I'm a father. Yes. Right? To my son,
first and foremost, yes.
Yes, to my son, I'm a father. And I listen to him, he will talk. So I'm sometimes a cheerleader, sometimes I'm a challenger, sometimes I'm a coach, sometimes I'm a connector. I say, listen, go speak to Miss Simone, or go speak to so and so, or speak to this gentleman who can help you, or speak to this lady. So that's my kind of approach to it. But if we're going to do it, we have to find ourselves the sport. And how we can service and add value to young people. Before we even go for music, Simone, before we go for music, 55 past 7, still on fantastic.
Already, wow.
Mentoring is not just limited to young people. Right?
True.
Mentoring can also be conducted, to grown-ups, to matured people. And, I remember, and I have to say this, I remember my journey into advertising, I had a wonderful man called Sonny Vanderpoy, who lives in the States now. He held my hands. Sonny Vanderpoy, Kofi Owusu, Mr. David Ampofo, and all these people played a major part, because I went into advertising from sixth form. I hadn't really done anything corporately. Of course, I followed my father, but I went in and they introduced me to the industry, how it works, who you speak to. I got into radio. I had wonderful people, amazing people mentoring me. So mentoring is not just limited to young people. So if you and you need that kind of mentoring, please reach out and see how somebody can help you. Lastly, Simone, I've had 3 people contact me.
I knew it. Explain to other, because I know what you're talking about, but you might have to elaborate for the listeners. You had 3 people. Who were they, and in response to what?
Yes, okay. 3 people. 3 people contacted me. Sorry, and they all want to have an experience of radio. They want to see what radio what goes into radio, what is it, whether it's a kind of thing for them. 2 of them, one is going to Westminster University, the other one is going to Middlesex, and one of them is thinking of whether to go to university or not. And they contact everyone on email and say, listen, we want to see whether it's a kind of thing for us. I said, okay, right. The rest who contacts me, I will reach out to you. I promise I will reach out to you and see whether there is a fit. Okay? If there isn't, you don't have to. Okay? You don't have to. And let me also say this. This mentoring scheme I was talking to you about, it's not a free thing. You'll be paid for it. It's not free. You're not going to do this thing for free. No. Okay? Do it for 2 months. See whether you want to. It's a kind of thing for you. And if it's a kind of thing for you, please, you come through, you join us, we get on with it. If it's something we can take further, we will do that. It's not an unpaid apprenticeship. You are going to be paid for it. Okay. So for those who have reached out to me, I will try my best to mention and get in touch with all of you. Simone, over to you, please.
No, really. I wanted to actually continue with the idea of, there's a publication that I'd actually stumbled upon. It's called Future Leaders Magazine, but they also are an event space as well. So, of course, what you'll find from them is they're an annual publication which provides 100 profiles of the UK's most outstanding African and Caribbean students and new graduates.
Right.
So it highlights these accomplishments on a yearly basis. It's called Future Leaders Magazine. It's aimed at UK secondary school, sixth form, college and university students, and is used as a role model guide to inspire and raise achievements. All the students featured in the magazine are first nominated via a nomination form. Those shortlisted are then invited in for an interview at the Powerful Media office. Then the final 100 are selected and appear in a publication that comes out each September. For those that want to find out a bit more, go to www.future-leaders.co.uk. Alternatively, you can email them with your inquiry to info@future-leaders.co.uk. Or if you just want to do a quick search on the internet, look up Future Leaders magazine. You'll find a bit more about them and their events throughout, the year, and particularly their publication that comes out in September that explains a bit more about the achievements of each student or students that have actually raised the bar, I suppose. Those will be featured in their magazine, and you'll learn a bit more about what's happening out in the community and those young people coming up in the next generation. So very inspiring to read and worth a look.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much for listening and spending the past 1 hour with us. As we rightly said, we've shared everything, or we've highlighted on stuff on coaching, we've shared on testicular cancer. Please, let's see how we can go and be part of what Mr. Errol McCullough is doing. The website again is www.theerrolmccullough. Thank you, Mr. Hamidi. The website is www.theerrolmcculloughfoundation.com. You go on that website, see how you can contribute to what Mr. McCullough is doing and supporting prostate cancer within the African Caribbean community, and seeing how people can go and get their testicles checked. Make sure that that part of you is dealt with, because this is important and it's something we can't take it for granted. We're talking the 22nd of August from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you go to the website, you will find it, as Miss Simone said. You go on Eventbrite and you search for it, and it's there, and you will be able to find it. And let's see how we can support it. Either you go on the website and support the worthy cause through PayPal, or you go in there on that day, you can sign a check. It can be 10,000, it can be 5,000, it could be £100, it could be £20, it could be £10. Let's see what we can do and support this work. I feel it's a fantastic work, and we got to do what we got to do. Miss Simone, what are your plans for the weekend? Resting? What are you looking at doing?
Oh no! I've done that. I do that every day. Don't worry about it. There's no main. It's not an event for me. I won't be making pizza, but anyway,
right. Okay.
That's fine. No, I'll be happy to hear how you both kind of managed in the kitchen this weekend.
No comment.
So you can tell me about that on Monday.
No comment.
As for me, I will be doing my fitness routine in the morning, just meeting up some friends and doing a bit of a exercise routine. And after that, in the evening, there's an online event. I've mentioned these people before, and this is one of the latest works they've done. This is Black Swan and Robin.
Oh, yes.
And they are actually doing an online event, again through Eventbrite. So if you want to look them up, it's Black Swan and Robin. It's a book launch taking place tomorrow, and that is at 7 till 8:30 online. So it's Saturday, the 14th of August, and it'll be an open mic event. You might find me on there speaking, I might not. I will see how I feel. I'm supposed to be taking part, but there's so many people that have been involved in this. They've all collectively submitted some writing, and it's been recollated into a lovely pamphlet, which is for sale as well. And basically to explain the creators behind this initiative. They've been featured on Instagram a lot, and what they say of themselves is their creative culture has a way to connect and fuse people. It has a freedom of energy to join people from all identities, to become a multidimensional, high-frequency culture, transcending our previous segregations. And that is really, it's true. I've never met them before, but we've kind of liaised on email and through Instagram, and they sound like wonderful people. Hopefully in one day in the future, we'll all sort of collectively turn up somewhere and get to know each other by face. But yeah, there's lots of talent out there that have actually contributed to this one organization, the Black Swan and Robin. And they're lovely people, it seems. And yeah, I've been enjoyed actually sort of interacting with them in the past year during the pandemic and sharing some of our writings. So that's an online event tomorrow. You can find them on Instagram. And also you'll find on Eventbrite the tickets and it's a free ticket to actually join and watch the open mic event.
It's been Simone Uncle. You find Simone on Twitter at Uncle Simone, and you get in touch with Simone at simone@fantasticradio.co.uk. Once again, we want to say thank you very much for spending the whole week with us on Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday. My name is Kojo Bonti Amoako. You find me on Twitter at Bonti Amoako, and you get in touch with me also at bonti@fantasticradio.co.uk. Want to thank the technical director, Mr. Sina Hamidi, for the great work that he does on the background, and all the team around Mr. Hamidi and everybody who contributes to making this a fantastic production. Once again, on behalf of Simon Uncle and myself, we say, do have a fantastic weekend. We'll be with you on Monday. Our special guest would be Ivadni Campbell from Shiloh PR, talking everything to do with public relations and what goes into it and her entrepreneurial journey. You do have a fantastic and a beautiful and a glorious weekend. Can we say goodbye to you and have a wonderful and a pleasant time? Bye-bye for now.
Have a great weekend. Bye now.
This is an intercultural exchange and an intercontinent experience. Fantasticradio.co.uk, home of possibilities.